Now imagine you're playing Lotus, right? And you're playing against this composition right here. Do Astra for fun. Astra, Spice, like, I don't think this character is in this thing, but like, imagine Yoru is the Waylay. Ready? If you throw like any piece of util, you can combo it with the rockets or anything else. You can combo it with like the aftershock and then the executes you can do. Waylay's ult is basically like a breach ult. So you can hit like a double breach ult, or you can like actively push and everyone can support each other. So it's broken in my opinion. Like if for an example, if you I'm just gonna say if you're playing Astra, right, and you have the gravity well, dude, you could suck people in the net, you can suck people in the slow with the ult. Like I could definitely see this being absolutely annoying. And I feel like this comp right here, like a breach, deadlock, Waylay, and Teo, I think would be like insane together as like a quad 4 characters. Bro, lock that in right now. That shit is broken. I already like can tell because every character can support each other and you can combo util really, really nicely. Like if someone tries planning and then Waylay, I'll just use closed metal as a thing. I think it's like approximately the same thing. But like if people are stuck in areas, bro, they're just cooked. They're literally just cooked. I see the vision. No, like the thing is, I see the vision and the vision is like just complete AIDS. Like so not fun to play against. If I don't see like at least like people experimenting with Breach, Waylay, Teo, I think would be like a good experiment in my opinion. I think those characters pair really well together. I can guarantee you that this character, I straight up think this character will have a on par or similar like win rate to what Harbor has in ranked, in my opinion. I don't think there's like any like self-sufficiency, and that's like one of the issues with Harbor. Harbor relies on your team a lot. Same with KO. I mean, KO has a minus win rate too, but a lot of the characters that rely on your teammates to like do well or support you or you support them normally always have the worst win rates in ranked. And I think this character is like a prime example of that, where if you don't have any support, like let's say we just run like a bunch of duelists, none of my abilities help me go in. The best thing I can do is place down a totem and try to just get an entry kill and then TP away after and go in the back. But KO's annoying to play against. KO is annoying to play against, but if you look statistically, KO's win rate is abysmal in ranked. It's just because people can't get value out of characters that require teamwork. Thoughts on Waylay being called overrated? I mean, I think individually the character might be overrated, but I think the character would shine the most in like a team play setting. That's just my opinion. The ult is fucked up. The ult is pretty fucked, I will say. I think the ult is especially if you pair it with like a breach or a Teo ult. It's basically a guaranteed kill because people can't run away in time. Waylay is actually wrong in the playtest. No. I think for ranked, it feels like ass. But as like a like util wise and like for playing off of people's util, I think the character is pretty good. But yeah, I will say like character by itself, you have a better time running any other duelist in ranked. I think the fucked up thing is I don't think you can buff the character. I don't think you can buff the character until you see how good it is in pro. If it's okay and not that great in pro, then I think you could probably buff it. But I think like in itself, it feels so bad to use. There's only like some moments where, for example, that time where I threw the hinder and then the enemy team was like stuck in it and they were jumping. Like that's like one moment where the character is good. But everything else, I know 100% I would have played 100 times better if I didn't use a single ability and I just was gun out 24/7. What do you think would be best at Waylay? I'm not too sure. I think it's a duelist player that like not only would be like fearless, knows how to take space, but like a duelist player that knows how to set people up as well. I don't think this is like a standard duelist. Every other duelist can play for themselves. Like Jet has this like the normal like dash that you can activate when you're in trouble. Cloudburst, updraft, knives are like pretty strong. ISO has a barrier for himself. Neon has slides, stuns off walls, crazy ult, a wall to help her entry. Raze has insane movement speed with the satchels and instant gun out. Nade to like kill people in corners. The ult for the entry as well is pretty broken. Roomba to basically bait and scout ahead. Reina has a flash to like throw for herself and then heal, dismiss like if you whatever one. Yoru is pretty strong. I mean, I think Yoru is like similar to Waylay in a way of like this character can feel supportive in a way, but this character also feels like a duelist. Whereas this one, you feel like it feels like I'm in a Skydog when I dash in and I just like teleport out and then I have 2 support util. The 2 of my abilities are gone and then I just have 2 supporting abilities. Like it's not like a proper like dive. Like if Waylay goes in, you don't have anything for yourself other than hinder. 1, if you hit the hinder, and then 2, you pray to God that they can't put their crosshair on your head because it only just slows your like shooting speed down. This character, like you can teleport in with your own flashes and a clone and the ult to like with people. So I actually do think like maybe even launch ISO, I think this might be the worst duelist individually. Like ISO did feel pretty bad on launch, but at the same time, if you were shooting people with ISO, like it's like a funny thing. I said I'd play better with Waylay if I just had my gun out. Well, that was like kind of how ISO was. ISO was just so bad, and it's basically like Rainbow Six Siege like recruit. Like you don't have any kit, but you have a barrier. Why you skip Phoenix? I mean, Phoenix is like self-explanatory. You have flashes, a wall, a second life, a molly. Every other duelist has amazing self-sufficiency, and Waylay does not. But I truly think this character will be good in pro play. I think the abilities are just so annoying, and if you pair it together with something else, it'd be really unfun to play against. Like I'd be surprised if G2 isn't running this character, because this seems like a G2 like kind of character where like you just bombard people with util and you just play like proper numbers and stuff. What if you can cancel the TP midway? Let's be real, Waylay is just an aggressive initiator. I actually believe that. I think aggressive initiator is a really good term to describe the character. I don't think she fits the self-sufficient fragger role. No, I don't think so. That's why I said the character would be insane with support though, because like the main thing that in team play, like a reason why a duelist can be like good or bad is if a duelist can take advantage of your teammates' abilities, which I do believe this character can. Like, just imagine, let's imagine that you're playing Waylay and you have a breach, right? Like, and you hear they're doing a rope split and you throw your thing in ropes and then your breach aftershocks it. People just die. And then you just win based off of util. Or you know someone's stuck back map, you throw your hinder thing and you double tail rocket, they die. There's nothing they can do. Like he just used two abilities to his drone. That was actually probably optimal.